The goal of this lesson is to build a framework for destination marketing, for the destination marketing course at the University of Eastern Finland. We will go through the model step by step so that you will understand all the actors and players in the field and how they communicate to each other and what is the role of marketing in this whole framework. We can start this by thinking about individual tourism businesses. Let's say we have one business here, and then there's another, there's an attraction, museum, restaurant, hotel, and so on. Tourism businesses and attractions. Let's say we think of this as a city. It might be, for example, here in Finland, city of Joensuu. We can regard Joensuu as a destination. It's a tourism destination. Tourists come to Joensuu, and when we ask tourists where they are, what kind of destination they are in, they probably say that they are in Joensuu or maybe in Finland. There are many other similar destinations, each one with their own companies, own entrepreneurs, own attractions, museums, hotels and businesses and infrastructure. We have Kuopio, Savonlinna, for example. Each one of those can be regarded as a tourism destination. Together, we can also think of these three cities as one destination. Or if we add, for example, cities of Lappeenranta and Mikkeli and Kajaani, for example, we can think that together these form destination of Eastern Finland, or let's say regional destination. Joensuu, Kuopio, and Savonlinna might be local destinations, but then together they form a regional destination, or at least could form a regional destination management or marketing company or organization. We have these kind of destinations in every country. The countries are full of cities, full of destinations on very different levels. We can talk also about national destinations. If we think that Joensuu, Savonlinna, and Kuopio form one regional destination, there might be many regional destinations in one country. For example, in Finland, Visit Finland divides the country to Lapland, Archipelago, Lakeland area, and southern Finland, and mainly the capital area, meaning that Finland consists of 4 regional destinations or 4 regional areas that each have their own characteristics of tourism. But in any case, typically we here have national tourism destinations and destination marketing and management organizations. And for example, in Europe alone, we have many different national destinations. Estonia, Sweden, Luxembourg, each country forms their own destination, and many countries have their own national destination management organizations. All these destinations have different characteristics. Destinations on different levels differ from each other in many ways. For example, regarding accessibility, attractions, brand, image, people who live in the destination, investments and structure of economy, price level, political situation, events that are organized in the destination, disasters that happen, weather, seasonality, and networks. Each destination, as I said, has their own attributes that when people think where to travel, what to do, then people consider these attributes and take them into account when they choose to which destination they are going to travel to. Destinations try to utilize their comparative advantage from these attributes that they have to form competitive advantage against other destinations. But of course, this is an interesting question of at which level we look at destinations. For example, in regional level, Joensuu, Savonlinna, and Kuopio might be competitors, for example, regarding domestic tourists. But on the other hand, on national level, international level, they might be working together to get more tourists to come to the region. Of course, also we have larger destinations such as European Travel Commission, which regards the whole Europe as one destination, connecting each and every national destination management organization. But as I mentioned earlier, we can think of this as the supply side of tourism marketing. On the other side, we have the markets, the demand side. I already went through the domestic and international markets, which is one way to categorize tourism markets, tourism demand, but they can also be divided into different categories regarding the type of customer. We have consumers, we have businesses, and we have governments. Each one of these can be a customer for tourism entrepreneurs and can buy products and services connected to tourism. Then we can divide them to international and domestic customers and businesses and governments. If we look, this is one basic way to segment markets, to form market segments. We can think of international and domestic customers, and customers can be the consumer, businesses, or governments. But we can also go deeper into these major segments. Each one of these segments consists of people that have similar characteristics to each other, but who differ from other customers. They are consumers with similar attributes, But there are also businesses that share common attributes in international and domestic markets. Governments are typically such big players that they are not that often segmented, but they are individual actors, each one with particular needs, also in these markets. If we look at the consumer side of demand, what kind of consumers we have, it's important to understand that consumers differ from each other regarding their travel motivations, regarding what they need and want, what are the possibilities to travel, what are their dreams, what are their demographics, culture, and so on and so on. All these also what activities they are interested in doing. We talk about these as push motivations, something that push consumers, push businesses into traveling, into finding a destination where they want to travel to and companies in the destination which they want to visit. And there is constant communication between the demand and supply. Traditionally, it used to be that destinations communicated their marketing propositions, who they are and what they do, to their customers, consumers, businesses, and governments. But lately, during the past decade, we are witnessing a change in communication, that it's not one-sided anymore, it's becoming two-sided. Customers, consumers especially, are also communicating with businesses, with individual companies, and with destinations on various levels. People are searching for information online, finding content that is interesting for them, that matches their motivations and needs and wants. The communication that's happening between supply and demand is happening through marketing channels. We are talking in marketing about marketing channels. These channels can be traditional media, newspapers, radio, television, but also these new digital era channels such as social media, websites, online travel agencies, and so on. Through these channels, destinations and companies and organizations involved in tourism sell and market their products with consumers to consumers. From the consumer side and also from the business side, there is constant information search process going on. Consumers are building images and searching for more and more details about their next holiday, about their future holidays, where they are going, and so on. Writing reviews online, altering the images of destinations. There's constant communication all the time going on. And this is happening not this is not happening in isolation. There are many things affecting all this, what is happening between supply and demand in tourism regarding communication. We have macro environmental factors such as um, politics, technology, social, cultural factors that are actually affecting the whole model. Each and every one of these companies, destinations, and customers, consumers and business customers, and national governments, and how they act and what they want and how they behave, and so on. We also have mega trends and trends in general, such as search for authenticity or need for sustainable products and services, and globalization, and people getting older and older in Western countries, and Asification, where Asia is becoming more and more important, and more and more people are living in big cities and so on. These huge megatrends that affect the whole tourism industry and also tourism marketing. What kind of market segments are viable, and what are the needs and wants of various market segments? So when we are talking about destination marketing, we are talking about how these individual companies, tourism businesses, attractions, how regional, local, national, and also international destinations communicate with their customers, with consumers, with business customers, with governments from all over the world. What are their chosen target markets? Do they just want to um, target certain kind of motivated customers, consumers in certain country, or what kind of market selection process they have gone through when they have been thinking about their marketing strategy? There's consumer information search process going on, and companies and destinations on various levels try to be involved in that process, to be part of the options that the demand side has when they are considering where they should travel next. And it's only possible through understanding the customer information search process and how each organization and company in various levels of supply side contribute to the customer information search process, that it is possible to find the efficient ways to market a destination to its customers, to its chosen customers that match the brand, image, and values of a destination or a company. That is it for destination marketing framework. It's not a pretty picture, but I hope it is something that you will be able to remember when you are thinking the whole destination marketing system and how different players interact with each other, and how marketing is not conducted in isolation or in individual channels, but is multi-channel, two-way of communicating and helping tourists and customers find the next travel destination.